They say that golf is a game of inches, if not yards. And so, of course, as golfers, we become obsessed with knowing just how many inches or yards we need to hit it to achieve that perfect shot. So in today's video, I want to break down the 3 most popular tools golfers are using and give you the pros and cons of each to help you make a decision of which one might be best for your game. So that way, when you pull hook it left into the waist area, you'll know exactly how far you hit it. Helped me. Let's get into it. Okay, so first up we have the golf watch, in this case the Garmin Approach S62. Next up is using a GPS app such as Golf Logic, which I have on my iPhone, and lastly the old tried and true laser rangefinders such as this Bushnell Tour V6. And of course there are many other brands that make each of these devices, but these are the 3 that I own and will be a good representation of what each delivers. So let's get into the pros and cons of each. Okay, first up is the golf watch. Without a doubt, the main attraction, at least for me, about a golf watch is its convenience. There's nothing to pull out of your bag or pocket to get yardages. You simply lift your wrist and see the whole layout, the distance from the tee and then onto the green. It will also show you how far it is to a hazard and how far you have to hit it to carry the hazard. The other thing I really like about this, it's a convenient way to keep your scores and stats, like if you hit a fairway, how many putts, and whether you had any penalties, etc. And after you've used it a while, it has the caddy feature which will suggest a club based on your averages. Lastly, it actually makes a great looking watch when you're not playing golf. It comes with a variety of watch faces, and even though I also own an Apple iPhone, I will often find myself using this watch if for no other reason than to mix it up. Okay, so now the cons. If you have great eyes, then this won't apply to you, but for me, I have found I have to keep a pair of glasses handy for when the numbers get really small, such as when I'm pinpointing a spot on the green or the fairway, the numbers get even smaller. The bigger yardage numbers I can see just fine, but the smaller ones is tough. It's not a deal killer for me, but if you are not into bringing your glasses and you can't see small print, it may be for you. Okay, so now moving on to the golf app. Now there are many golf apps out there, but I've been using Golf Logic for a couple of years, so it's the one I know best. And from what I can tell, they're pretty much all similar. Compared to the watch, it's a much bigger screen and it's really easy to quickly see the layout of the hole and the distances you need to hit. And you can easily tap on the spot on the fairway or the green to get it even more precise. And like the golf watch, it gives you distances to the front, middle, and the back of the green. They also have an additional add-on feature which you can purchase, which shows the slope and break of the green. This could definitely help with knowing where to aim your approach shot to leave you in the best position, as well as to help you once you're on the green. I haven't purchased it yet, but may do so, and if I do, I will make a short video to give you insights on whether or not it's worth it, so stay tuned. Also, like the golf watch, you can keep all your stats and your scores on this app as well, which is really nice. The only con I can think of with this app is, okay, maybe 2, is that it really wears down your batteries. Many times I've used it and I've run out of battery, especially when I forgot to fully charge my phone before playing. So keep that in mind. It's nothing worse than getting done with a round and not having ability to use your phone. The only other con might be that it does require you to carry your phone on you or put it on your bag somehow. Oh, and unless you turn off your notifications, you are using your phone, so it's not going to be uncommon to get a text or a phone call you don't want to see at that moment right before you hit your shot. A ruthless opponent might just schedule one. I kid, but then again, if you're 3 down, maybe I don't. And last up, the laser rangefinder. Again, I have the Bushnell Tour V6, but there are multiple other options out there by Bushnell and other brands. The main pro of a rangefinder is getting precise distance to the flag or whatever you pointed at. But that also brings up the first con. Sometimes it can be very hard to lock onto a flag, and you can end up picking up an object behind the flag and getting the wrong distance. So it can take multiple tries. The other con is it's something you have to pull out of your bag every time you want to use it. Or if you're riding in a cart, my version has a magnet that allows you to stick it onto the cart. However, that also brings up a con. I can't tell you how many times I've almost lost it by forgetting on the cart after a round. And I've heard from numerous other golfers that they've lost theirs either after playing or by taking it to the range and forgetting it there. But it's still very popular for those who want pinpoint accuracy. One last con I should mention is if you don't have a view to the flag, such as when I push my drive here, a scope will do you no good. So in this case, you'll need to use another option. Okay, before I get into which one of these I think is best, let's talk about one more way of getting yardages. And that's the way that I learned to get yardages growing up. It's called walking it off. Most courses will put yardages either on sprinklers, plaques right off the cart path, or will use colors, cement, or plastic markers usually found in the middle of the fairway. For fun, I played the back nine using only these markers, and truthfully, it worked out just fine. I'm just saying. Okay, so in wrapping this all up, which one of these do I think would be best for you? My answer isn't really that simple because it really comes down to your taste and what you're willing to spend. If you're looking for a reliable way to get yardages and you don't mind having your phone on you and you don't want to spend a lot of money, then I'd say go with a golf app. You can get a subscription for around $30 a year and get access to pretty much every course. I've never found a course it doesn't have. If you don't mind spending a little bit more and you like the idea of a convenient way to achieve the same results, oh, and if your eyesight is good or you're fine bringing glasses, then I really like the watch for its convenience. And the fact that it can be used on the golf course and also functions as a nice looking watch off the course is also great. Personally, a laser finder would be my last recommendation for most golfers, just because it takes the most effort to use and it's really easy to lose. But if you're a low handicapper who can hit it to an exact yardage, then you probably already have one or you should get one, because many will argue it's the most accurate of the three. Okay, so in making this video, I kind of came away with a different thought than I thought I would have going in. Personally, I'm going to keep all of these different yardage scopes and apps because I have them. But I'm also going to start using the yardage markers on the course more often, maybe even most of the time. I have found that it somehow helps me stay more connected to the game I'm playing versus getting caught up thinking about my watch or an app or using a scope. I like the idea of walking it off. Some courses don't have it, so this isn't really an option, or they're hard to find, so it's great to have these tools available. When you are just focused on walking it off, it keeps you paying attention to things like your lie, the wind, where you want to leave it if you miss it, all these other things that you can sometimes forget about when you're just scoping it or looking at a watch. So that's my thoughts moving forward. I'd love to hear what you use, what you like the best, whether you're old school, new school. We all know that technology is coming pretty soon. In our sunglasses, it will lay out everything in front of us. But until then, this is what we've got. Definitely leave comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.